Just hang on there. Just a wee bit. Wow. I look glowy AF. Well, enough of that. Welcome back to Satisfactory. And just a friendly reminder, I know the last two first episodes of how to get a good start as a new player was a bit long, maybe a bit rough. But honestly, that's because I really, really, really want you guys to get the best possible start as a new player in Satisfactory. So you avoid all of those nasty little pitfalls that new players can fall into. And then they end up getting frustrating. The pitfalls, not the new players, but the pitfalls. And ended up getting frustrating, and your factory looks like a what is not a good thing. Overboiled string beans filled with soggy noodles and no sauce. That is what a starter factory normally looks like. Just for funsies, right? Normally people start out with and then bit willy-nilly, and okay, I'm trying to make a spaghetti factory and somehow I end up making it bloody straight. Maybe it's a sign I've been doing this too long. But yeah, let's make it a bit more chaotic, just for funsies. And then you manage to unlock the lifty lifts, right? And you got another machine doing other stuff. Let's just did I say we were gonna make it chaotic? And little mouse button. That'll do. And since you have unlocked those lifty lifts, right, you end up with something like that. Just bigger and worse. And you feel good because you're making things go. And you're making new things for the things you need to make things for. Right? But then we get into the more complicated bits and bobs that needs to be made. Where this, yeah, you can make it work that way, sure. But trust me, it ends up getting very, very frustrating. And not in the fun way. But now we have the groundwork set out and set up for a good starter area. Kinda. Mostly. And things have changed, if I do say so myself, because I couldn't help myself. Hi, I'm a buildaholic and I got a problem. it's a good problem to have, so to speak. And speaking of being a buildaholic, that was my last building project in real life. I'm sitting on it. And it can, you know, break and break. There's a break on here somewhere. Now, this is kind of terrifying. And we will wait to after the autosave. Thank you. But it can do whee, that kind of dealio. And there's a footstool built into it. And it can spin too. And of course the normal raise up and down thingy is freaking amazing. Just putting that back. And we're locked and loaded. Yeah. Okay. Enough shenanigans. Right, field reserves. I've been waiting for this. So we need 300 copper wire. We got that on us. And since we're gonna use some of our wire, we might have to make a bit more, but whoop-de-doo. So copper wire, screws, and I got plenty on me. Iron sheets, or plates, if you will. Yeah, we can do this. Plug those two together. Okay. Era. And off she goes. Wow, that's gonna give a hold in the neck. Behold the man. And this is gonna become our very best friend. And we can research barrel nuts. Hail berries. Let's just do that since we got them on us. Whee! Thank you. And I did see some barrel nuts. Yep, right here. We might have to wander a bit to get the bacon. Which is okay, we can do that. We can do that. Okay. And I'm so glad it's only 3 seconds, because before update 6 or 7, 6, it took 10 minutes for each single research thingy, and it felt like eternity. So let's do that. Thank you. And then we need some of those. Did we find some already? Honestly, I can't remember. Would you see? Would you look at that? And we already got 3 more. Oh. Well, we've been a busy bee, I see. And I didn't mean to make that rhyme, but it did. So here we are. Alright. Ada? Oh, there she comes. That always makes me kind of nervous and also looks so freaking cool. Are you coming down, love? That'll go. Okay. And now we are gonna need modular frames, steel pipes, which we can't do yet either. So, okay. But we can do is Powershots. And they will come in handy later. Right now, we do not need to worry about them. But having it unlocked already, Picobello. And we can do that one. For this one, we need a Powershot, which we can do. And for this one, we need a yellow and rotors, which we cannot do because we don't have a yellow one. And we do not have rotors yet. Even though we do have the materials on us to make them. But first, let's start with the Powershot. Sorry, Sluggo buddy, you're coming with me. You're being hijacked. Oh, we can do that one too, and that one. One Powershot. Thank you. Oh, well, we can't make the rotor thingies yet. That's a bummer. Honestly, that is a bummer. Right. While that is doing that, and see, no hands. Why is nobody warning people when they have to exchange their old chair with a new chair? That the new chair comes in a big box, and inside of that box there are more boxes, plastic, and the best part, bubble wraps. And not only that, it also weighs a lot. 25 kilograms. I don't know how many pounds or whatever else it might be called. I have no idea. But that's a lot of kilos. That is 5 times more than I'm supposed to be carrying. Thankfully, I did have a bit of help getting it in here and up here. Since I live on the 3rd floor, so kinda. So getting it up here was not a breeze, but like I said, thankfully I had help. But then the next problem came up. Putting this thing together in its glory, right? That went fairly well, mostly. And then having to take my old chair and take it apart. And you might be thinking, why would you do that? Why? Because that chair was very heavy too. And since I'm the only one here, that means I gotta take my old chair all the way down from the 3rd floor to the ground floor, and potentially from the ground floor into a vehicle, and then drive a bit, and then from the vehicle onto a sorting station. So in order for me to not kill my body entirely, only halfway, I'm so glad that you guys can't see my joints right now, or really pay attention to my hands either. I'm keeping them out of the way on purpose. They are not happy with me. None of them. Was it worth it? I don't know yet. But now I do have a chair that is not falling apart completely. And that looks a bit better. Right? It's sort of a racing theme kind of dealio. And also, unintentionally, it matches my Halloween pillow. And if you haven't guessed yet, I freaking love Halloween. So that was a added bonus. I just saw this magnificent beast of a chair that it had a footstool built into it, right? And the fact that I can lay down in it, that is out of this world for me, to me and for me. Because before that, the most my chair prior could do was literally that. Fun? Sure. And potentially dangerous. And it was wide enough that I could sit cross-legged with my duvet covers over me with no issues and still have plenty of room for pillow and heating flask and whatnot. This is not as wide as my old chair, which is okay. It's fine. But it has that added bonus that I can actually lay down in it if I need to. Oh, ma'am. We can do that one. Overclocking. Yes, please. And the reason why we want that as soon as possible, if we need to, we can turn down some machines too, which means we do not need as much power yet. And also, we are working with impure nodes. Impure and normal nodes. The normal nodes are great. The impure can come in handy now and again. But since that's what we're working with right now, because essentially what we're doing is setting up our starter facility to give us the things we need ourselves to make better and bigger things. I hope that makes sense. It made sense in my brain. Alright. Yes, thank you, ma'am. I know that. Let's get the quartz. Thank you. And we do... Oh, we do have enough to do that. Can we do that one too? Which means we can do that one. Ah! Oh, c'est magnifique. We want those. We most definitely want those. Did I mention I'm a klutz? I think I have a couple of times. If not, here's your warning. I'm a klutz. Not just in-game, but also outside of game. Plus I get distracted. A lot. So we need to find a tiny bit more sulfur. We need to find some coal, which we will. And again, with the rotors and the thingamajiggers that we do not have. Okay. Fine. Fine. Next on the agenda, we got more quartz there. And we're gonna need it. So, let's see. I need a foundation and No, not on the list. Just the foundation, thank you. I'll try to stop making the foundation dance. Even though the foundation dance is ancient and sacred. And we did manage to get the quartz before the autosave. Thank you, autosave. Get our materials back. And we have wire. We got plenty of wire. We got concrete there. So yeah, I did a couple of things outlining our facility kinda. And unfortunately there are no good spots to show it all in its full glory. So let's just run around on the outside first, and then we can run on inside and take a look-see at everything. And yes, I know there's a red light up there, but that is on purpose. I promise you, it is on purpose. Oh, would you look at that? Sulfur. That should be enough sulfur, I think. Otherwise, we will stumble upon more. But I was thinking if we can... give me the berries. Thank you. Well, since we're here, we might as well... do I want paranuts? Well, might as well. Did we get it? Yeah. And trying to be mindful of the edge. And did that help a bit with the view? Somewhat. Right. It doesn't look interesting yet, but we got a general shape, and where there are no walls at the moment. That's because that is for windows. There will be windows, so we can see through. And no, the walls are not gonna stay orange unless we take inspiration from that for that. That is a possibility. Let me know what you think. And honestly, I just feel like fiddly-fuddling around today. Why? Because it's more fun. And also, sulfur. Hello. Beauteous. No. Dang it, I was hoping to get a better overview view, but that did not work from here. And down the other end, that away, there is a beautiful cone node, but we will have to build towards it. Otherwise, we will have to go, well, that way or that away. And honestly, I vote for that away because, yay, waterfall. Hello, Mr. Bean. Right. And here's our box so far. Do not take the squirrely way, do not take the squirrely way, do not take the squirrely way, do not take the squirrely way. Oh, here we can take the squirrely way. And here too. Thank you. And I do have to remind myself not to take the squirrely way because main instinct is wee! Balls to the walls. Head first. But since I don't feel like dying and having to go back to my prior self and get my box, maybe we should add a doorway here. That might be good. We'll tinker with the idea very soon. I'm just gonna run quickly through here because I want to show you our main entrance way, so to speak, because I think it looks good. And no, it's not done, but I think it's gonna look epic once we got signs, windows, and the fun stuff. Right now we do have the basic stuff, so we gotta work with the basic stuff. Doesn't mean we can't make it look epic. Right? So, maybe if we get up there and then peer over, that might work. That might work. And then we can go inside and continue making progress. Or maybe see if we can't do anything about the next tier or the next step. Either way, both sounds good to me. Yeah, I think this is gonna look good. The front section is gonna be glass. And still plenty of room for expansion and some interesting shapes. And where the big hole over there is on the top floor, once we get the tilted walls, I'm gonna make an indent, and then with glass ceilings on the lower bottom. Trust me, it's gonna be good. Because right now it just looks like an unfinished box. And it kind of is. But you know what? It's a beautiful functional box. So I'm happy. Very, very happy for us. Whee! Right. Now to recap what we have done. And then we shall figure out what we still need to do. And since we're here, start running and start walking. We did pick up some nice beautiful grass on the way. So plop that in there. And that there. Thank you. Yeah, it's gonna be good. And those are flat, so we do not need to worry about those yet. Oh, she says and sees the red light. That will not fly. No, indeed it shall not. Well, since you gotta be a Miss Drama Queen over here. No connection, she says. Who ate that? Did I do that? I might have done that. I might have done that. I might have needed some wire at some point. But this is magnificent. So again, glass and a nice little triangle wall over the slopes. Not slopes. ramps. Because we had to ramp up things. I'll see myself out later. Right, we got all of the iron nodes activated. Going into their smelters, and we have them all set up, and room for expansion too if need be. Would you look at that? I'm so proud of us. Okay, the only ones that are not any room for expansion by is these two little monkeys. But you know what? That's okay. I promise you it will be okay. Because the other side here, right? We can expand here without too much hassle. Which is good. Now, what did we do up here? I put in a floor. That's what I have done. Right. Did I stop putting in a floor? No. I added side columns. Right. But I was thinking maybe we do an overhang here. Kind of dealio. And I wanted to take a look-see if we think it looks okay or if we shall leave it without the overhang. So do that and screw my health. This is gonna hurt. Would that be terrible? I kind of do like the overhang though. And it is supported. We can add more bulkiness later. Beef it up a bit. I'm not mad at this. Yeah, we can work with that. I'm okay with that. That's not shabby. Okay, what else? Oh, hello, buddy. Oh, parts assembly. I almost sounded like a freaking demon. Great. Secrets is out now. Making more wire. Because we're not wired enough on coffee. $100. Now, we got those. We got those. We got that and that. Can put those two together. Thank you. And then we need the wire. Parts assembly. Oh, she's already away. Okay. Now we have the parts assembly. But I was thinking we need to start laying out the floors. Right? Not for the fluffy tails, but for our copper facility. And then set up a nice little couple of sneaky belty belts. couple. We do have more than plenty of concrete there, so that's good. Okay. See, nice little sneaky walkway up here. From in here. And also, it's kind of fun jumping from up there to down here. And just a friendly reminder, if we got 2 impure nodes and we put them together, like we did with the concrete, we get the equivalent of a normal node. Not too shabby, since we are working with what we have, and it works beautifully. And soon we can get Mark II belts, Mark II lifts, and it's gonna help things so much. Right. Now for the copper. Copper. Well, getting started setting up the area for copper. And then we can always figure out how we're gonna get the copper from there to over there. And honestly, I think it's a good thing that we keep the copper area for itself. Since unlike the nodes down there, this is a beautiful normal node. And also we need these. So we are gonna say grab all, pick up miner. Don't mind Mr. Fluffytail. Oh, I wish they added in a pet the Fluffytail option for when you are in passive mode. Honestly. Oh, I'm in the way. Of course I am. No surprise there. And I did push down the control button or key. Might be better saying key. Otherwise, some of you might get the wrong idea. Mr. Fluffy, Mr. Bean, could you two please skedaddle? Go get a cup of mocolada, you know. Get yourself a croissant. No? Come on, Fluffy. Do not get stuck in here, thank you. I do like them both very much. But honestly, sometimes they are a pain in the neck. Now this is not good. Right, we can fix this. First the chair testing my patience, now Mr. Beanie is testing my patience. And honestly, it's not there. Oh, now you move, eh? Well, that's very kind of you, Mr. Bean. And I'd rather put in a bit too many floors than too little floors. So I think this is a good amount to start with. We can always expand that way or this way for a nice little overhang, and then add in some pillars of some kind that goes down into the cliffside. That's an option. And there's a new machine. We can't upgrade them yet because we don't have any of those rotor thingies, but look at this beauty. Right, getting distracted by the machines. Okay. Actually, that is not terrible. If we send her that way, we can put a buffer box right next to it. And then have the conveyor belt run nicely along from here. And into smelters. And then from the smelters up to the next floor for the constructors. And then make a nice beautiful waterfall with the end product coming down on a conveyor belt, and maybe even put in one of my favorite things, a bridge. A bridge for conveyor belts that takes it from here to the beyond. Too much? Oh, Oxy, don't look at me like that. Honestly, he's never happy. Right. But I think that sounds like a good plan. Do we have enough to make a buffer? Yeah. Buffer box. Engaged. And also, we might have to, are you crooked? You are crooked. No, 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 no. 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 Yes. And why are you crooked? You shouldn't be crooked. I'm crooked. That's bad enough that I am. I'm not. I just like to pretend that I am. For my pirate alter ego. Why? Oh, because it's fun. But that kind of ruined the idea of the buffer thing. Unless we set up 2 buffer boxes. Let's just see. If we set up 2 nice little buffer boxes, right? Will that work? Or is it gonna be a jerk? We got a nice little turn on that one. Good, good, good. And then yeah, that's okay. And we still got room for a power pole. We need one here-ish and here-ish. Bit further in, otherwise it's gonna look weird in the wall, since we don't have the wall mounted ones yet. They cost a coupon, but it's worth it. So if we bring that down, what way is best? Bring it to there maybe? And then here, and one more over, because I do think we can steal some power from in here. And we're gonna have a slight bit of clipping, but not too badly. That will be easily fixed once we get the wall thingies. And I can already see that the NC is going. Sorry guys. But also not so much because cringe. Right. So now we got power, which means our buffer boxes are gonna fill up a bit. If we can jump, which we can't, but we will try to do it anyways. Oh, we didn't. Oh, we didn't. That's good. Good. Right. So you are gonna give us 60. Right, and 60. Tiny bit of a refresh. That means two smelters. Dos. Two smelter. Two. But I'm gonna be a pain in the beep side. And you know what? We are gonna set up for 4. And I want it right there. But for the beginning of our smelting endeavors, only 2 of them will be put to work. And we're going with the nice little lifty lifts. There we go. And on this side, because we still want some possibility to go back and forth, we might as well just wow is coming down out there. Good for Mother Nature, but tiny bit terrifying because it's so noisy. Merger on this side. On the other side we need a splitter because they need to be separated. There we go. And then we gotta remember the almighty power. And since we were so sneaky putting in a power pole, right? Tiny bit off. Put it there-ish. That might not be too bad. Bring that there. And then there. There. Grab that. There. And there. And then we do not put any wires to that yet, but we can set that to copper. Set that to copper. And set that to copper. And I know we can copy and paste it, but for the sake of my brain, we're gonna do it manually. So my brain can go like Are you sure you remember to? I can say yes, yes. Right. Honestly, I think we can keep this on one floor. That might not be terrible. Let's see if I did this correctly, otherwise I will be in hot doo-doo. Not really, but... I think that is crooked. Yes, it is. Almost had it though. Uno más. One more time. And that's gonna be the last thing for today. Kind of. We need to go back to the hop-up though. Because next time we will have to take a look-see in the map. I wonder if this will do it. That is still crooked. That still looks crooked to me. Might just be me. Oh, come on. Let me up on top of the lifty lift. Fine. I'll take the other squirrely way then. You're not gonna let me up one way, you're gonna let me up the other way. Alright, we will revisit that. And yes, it was crooked. We shall revisit that when I'm not overly tired, and also when it's not this early in the morning and I haven't slept yet. And why am I filming this early in the morning? Because I'm a stupid insomniac with ADHD and joint pains. So you try to sleep. Honestly, it's because I had to wait for my joints to stop hurting so much, so I could actually sit physically by my keyboard and do this. And also I wanted to build. Not just this. I wanted to do this. This is more relaxing and more fun. This, cool. Don't get me wrong, very pleased about it. But not relaxing. And also, it made my joints hurt. So, So, what do we need for obstacle clearance? Bit more cable, a wire, but, you know, things to make things go. That is gonna be objective number 2 when we get back in here. And then we need that as soon as possible. Those 2 things first. Then we can play around with the awesome assemblers. Were you in here? Yeah, with these babies. But that's everything this time. Not so much building, but a bit. Yep. I'm just gonna do a hard save here, so you can see how terrible my sense of humor is. There you go. And I'll catch you in the next one. And please, for the love of everything holy, like Mirelux and Mr. Beans and Fluffy Tails, help it go loud. Subscribe. Hit this. Leave me a comment down below. And I hate having to do this. I really do. But also, subscribe, please, and thank you. And don't forget you're amazing. That's all. Ranting over. Bye bye.